Yeah, get yourself down to that. I love vintage fairs. I love vintage clothing. I love. I'm a big sort of sucker for going in charity shops and trying to scout through stuff because it's naturally vintage then, because it tends to come from a lot of elderly customers that have just dropped it off after they've just realised they're never going to wear it again or it doesn't fit. And I mean, there's some brilliant clothes, and I mean, a scarf I've got today with me. I'll hold it up to the webcam. This cost me £3 and I wear it every single day. It's lasted me forever, and it's brilliant. I love charity shops and vintage. So if you like vintage fairs and you love scouting through clothes and finding stuff like that, and obviously little knickknacks and antiques as well can be found, then make sure you get yourself down to there. Keen is coming to the UK. They're touring the UK and they'll be in Manchester and Leeds over the next few weeks. So just to celebrate that, I'm going to put on some Keen for you.
What's on West Yorkshire?
I wish I had tickets to go and see Keen. That would be absolutely brilliant. Really, really good band. And I know that my dad's a pretty good fan, and if he's listening over in Cyprus, then hi Dad, I hope you enjoyed that. We have the news coming up very shortly, but I just want to say a quick hello to Chris Nightingale, who is chilling and revising, and he said that they're great tunes and familiar faces, and he's having a good time listening to us today. And I also just want to have a quick shout out for Danielle. She'd like me to mention a bike ride from Land's End to John O'Groats on Tuesday, and she said that she'd like to get the word out, so if everybody could visit meeksfeet.org.uk, which is meeksfeats.org.uk. Coming up on the show, we've got some Katie Tunstall to share with you, some music. I've got you featuring Kimbra with somebody that I used to know. Still a guilty pleasure. It's been played very, very, very a lot on the radio, but I'm still really enjoying that. And I'm also going to talk about the Queen's Jubilee, because that's a very big event that's coming up soon, and it is involving West Yorkshire, and it's involving the whole world really. There's people going to be celebrating in Australia. I mean, we saw the success of the royal wedding and stuff like that as well. So we'll be talking about something called a party in the park as well at Greenhead Park in Huddersfield, which will be really exciting. There's some great people going to be headlining that. And and we're also going to have, speaking of Queen, I'm going to play some Queen Bee, also known as the Queen of R&B and hip hop. We've got a bit of Beyonce to play for you too. But for now, here's the news. Brilliant song. I'm not bored of it yet. A lot of you are bored of it. I've heard it all from all my friends. The song is getting boring now, but you know what? I still love it, and I still love the simplicity of the video. You know, where he's got the paint like sort of growing up him, and the Kimbra's just got her head to the side. And to be honest, I've got a bit of a thing because I like Kimbra because she's kind of got hair like mine, which is a bit sad, really, isn't it? But anyway, I'm going to talk to you now about something that's just outside North Yorkshire. It's in North Yorkshire, just outside West Yorkshire, sorry, and it's in Laban, and it's the Dales Food Festival. Now, I said yesterday on my show that I'll be talking about a food festival, and I realised this morning that I haven't had breakfast, and I was in a bit of a rush, and that I wouldn't be able to have time to have lunch, because I can't justify having a proper lunch before 12, because otherwise it's brunch, and then, you know, it's all confusing, all these different terminologies, lunch, tea, dinner, it's all different up here in North compared to where I am down south. But I wouldn't have time for lunch. Not dinner, as you northerners call it. It's definitely lunch. I wouldn't have time, and I knew I'd have to talk about the food festival. So I thought, you know, I must take something to snack in the studio, but I'm not allowed to do that either. So I'm just telling you now, you get the benefit of hearing about the food festival, but I want you to know that I'll still be hungry. And if you want to, you can't email me some food, but you can email me what you're having for lunch yourself and what you'd like to have and try at the food festival at planetradiohuddersfield@gmail.com. Or you can get us on social networking sites such as Twitter at Planet Huds. But anyway, the Dales Food Festival. I'm going to read the description from their website of what it is. The Dales Festival of Food and Drink must be one of the most satisfying places to visit on a bank holiday weekend. Not only does it getting there involve travelling through some of the most stunning countryside, but on arrival there's delicious, and this is the bit that's going to make my tummy rumble live on radio, delicious breads, cakes, cheeses, fish, honey, meats, pasties, pastries, preserves, sweets and vegetables to sample, and plenty of stuff to wash the food down with, including real ales, wines, soft drinks at the Real Ale and Cider Festival in the Drinks Marquee. Now, does that sound fabulous to anyone else? Let me know, like I said, through the social networking, because I want to know if I've made anyone else hungry, and I also want to know what you're having for lunch, because I'd like some inspiration. But if you want to go, and if you're interested in food and you like trying new things, then it's definitely the kind of place to go, and I'm going to try and get myself up there, because I absolutely love cooking, and I love fresh local produce, and I love trying to cook with organic food, and I love just trying different things that I wouldn't try in a restaurant that I go to normally, because I tend to be quite samey in restaurants, because just get comfortable with stuff. So if you're willing to try new things, or you just want to just learn about food and the origins of where it's come from, it's absolutely brilliant to go to a food festival. Get yourself down. I'm going to play you next Other Side of the World by Katie Tunstall. Like I said earlier, I've got a massive woman crush on her voice. She's absolutely brilliant. It's stunning, and I have been known to sing at karaoke a few times, The Other Side of the World, but I'm going to play you. And then I'm going to follow that by Cold Coffee by Ed Sheeran, which is one of his songs that's on the EP that he created called Songs I Wrote with Amy. I'm not sure who Amy is, but yes, I'm incredibly jealous of her. But here's Katie Tunstall with The Other Side of the World for you. Enjoy. Thank you very much, Ed Sheeran, for giving me some nice music to sing along to. I was just talking to the assistant station manager, Mike, about that actually, how his EPs are absolutely brilliant. And there's one called Firefly that's absolutely brilliant, and I recommend it to anyone, because he came into the mainstream with the A-Team really, and I don't think it did his voice justice. If you listen to his other songs where it's just him on his guitar, they're absolutely brilliant. He's absolutely amazing live. I remember being really proud when my friend showed me Ed Sheeran before he got really, really famous, and I sort of felt like listen to it, telling everyone to listen to Ed Sheeran, he's brilliant, and then people just started to say, yeah, he's in the charts, it ruins the magic for you a little bit. But this is What's on West Yorkshire. It is 12:47 exactly on the dot, as I said that then, and I'm just going to talk to you now about Party in the Park, and it's to celebrate the Queen's Jubilee from Friday the 8th of June to Sunday the 10th of June this year. It's going to be in Huddersfield, and it's to celebrate 60 years on the throne for the Queen. With that, we have 3 days of brilliant music, if I can find my piece of paper that tells me the exact schedule. The first day is Friday the 8th of June, Thank You for the Music, and that's from 7:30pm, where you're heading back to the 1970s, where they were celebrating the Queen's Silver Jubilee. And Thank You for the Music is actually a live concert show featuring the music of ABBA and the Bee Gees. There's glittering outfits, dance routines to rival the original performances from these people. I'm excited. I'm making sure I go down now, make sure I'm in Huddersfield and not back home down south for that, because I think it's going to be worth it. On the Saturday 9th of June, we've got Proms in the Park from 7:30, which is orchestra and opera north and some brilliant solo artists. And they're going to be that's going to give the perfect occasion to wave Union Jacks and celebrate the Jubilee and wear red and white and blue as well. So yeah, that'll be great. And this is one I'm more excited about, which is Sunday 10th of June on that bank holiday, called Party in the Park, and it's from 1pm. Party in the Park has not been around for a year because of Greenhead Park in Huddersfield being done up, but now it's done up after the I think it was a £7 million renovation actually to have the park up and running. Let's have a look here. I've got it written down. It's £5 million renovation, which is still a very, very large sum of money, which I could do with right now actually to pay off my student debt. But yeah, Party in the Park is back, and it's going to be brilliant. There's some people that are said to be headlining, such as The Script and Eliza Doolittle, who have played at Party in the Park before, but as it's the Queen's Jubilee, they're going to try and get some really, really big names. Now, if you've been to Greenhead Park, it's absolutely beautiful compared to what it used to be. I've seen pictures, and it's just got really run down, but now it's absolutely fabulous, and you will absolutely love it. Also, speaking of Huddersfield, in Huddersfield, the Huddersfield University are actually going to be devoting some time to the Queen over the next few months while celebrating her 60th Jubilee. And because, quote, she has served us all selfishly for 60 years and will continue to do so for many years to come, it is now our duty to ensure that the Diamond Jubilee is properly celebrated. But it will not be a passing show. We intend that there will be real legacy. To do that, they're going to do 60 events. Now, the best one, I think, is the 60 Diamond Jubilee scholarships that are offered to students from Commonwealth nations. They want one from each of the 54 member of the countries, and then there'll be 6 more as well to sort of be handed out to people who deserve it. And I think that's brilliant, because there's people around the world that can't afford to come to an English university that would like to, and it'll just be really nice to invite people. Huddersfield are one of the top universities for international students, so it'd be really nice to bring some of them in and celebrate the Queen and her Golden Jubilee. Speaking of Queen, as I said earlier, I'm going to put on the Queen of R&B, which is Beyonce, for you. I hope you enjoy. And you can also catch us on Twitter as well at Planet Huds. I'd love to hear from you. If you've got any events coming up in the area, any events in or around West Yorkshire, anything for charity, let us know. And over the next few days, we're here till Friday. We would love to share it with everybody. We'd love to give you a bit of publicity, and we'd love to tell everybody what you're doing or even what you're going to. If you're visiting a small festival that we don't know about, we'd love to hear about it. Finally, the last song I'll be playing you shortly after I speak about Bradford's Carnival Parade will be Savage Garden, Truly Madly Deeply, and just because it's a great song and it's a classic and I just fancy playing it, there's no massive reason behind it. The community and living website of City of Bradford have actually released that they're going to be doing a carnival parade and service of Thanksgiving during the Queen's Jubilee as well, actually, which is brilliant. And one of the things that they're going to be doing on Saturday the 19th of May is having a stunning walking float of fiberglass corgis, which are the affectionate and quirky reference to Her Majesty's beloved pet dogs. And apparently each one of those that are going to be hand carried are going to be painted and decorated by different artists, which is, well, I'd say it's interesting, but I'll leave you with that thought. If you want to get along, make sure you get on the City of Bradford's website. Just type it in on a search engine and you can go on the community and living pages, and it's all over there. It's going to be a massive colourful celebration all for the Queen's Jubilee. Here is Savage Garden with Truly Madly Deeply for you.
Thank you for listening to this Planet Radio podcast. For more podcasts and information about Planet Radio, go to planetradio.name.com.